Well, hello Milton, and especially greetings to those who live in Ward 2. My name is John Bouwers, and I'm running as a candidate to be a local councillor here in Ward 2. And it's been my honor over the summer, over this past year, to be going door to door, and I so appreciate the graciousness of those who welcomed me into their home and had various conversations about the needs of your particular neighborhood. I am amazed by the local turnout of voters already in the advanced voting, and I see a people that are passionate about the freedoms and democracy that make up this great country of Canada, especially important considering the events of the last few days. I'll be honest with you, I've met a fair number of the other candidates in Ward 2, and they are people of great character and have some amazing skills. So you do well to really vote for any one of those. But why would I want to encourage you to consider voting for me as a fresh voice on council? Part of my reasoning, part of the reason for running is connected to four key issues that's connected to myself and my background. First is my background as an engineer, second as an entrepreneur, third as a church planter, and finally just as a neighbor of the people here in the north part of Ward 2. As an engineer, I believe I could bring some practical, real-world problem solving to the challenges of a growing town. And I think I bring particular insight in some of the infrastructure challenges that face us as we grow and as we develop and as we see aging infrastructure here in Ward 2. Secondly, as an entrepreneur, I started and ran 3 distinct and successful businesses over my career and created many new jobs, and I believe I bring particular insight and I think could be a bridge both to the factories, the industrial and job growing heartland here in Ward 2, but also into the downtown core. Finally, thirdly, as a church planter, you know, our passion over the last few years, our investment is to bring community together for the good of the town. And I've noticed just the neighborliness of the people of this town and their passion to volunteer and to make a difference. And that finally brings me to the last part, is my experience in the neighborhood that I live in. I love the people of my neighborhood. They welcomed us so graciously when we had challenges in our life, and I love the time we spend together in our annual wine and cheese in our home. But part of this neighbor connection and this draw to running is connected to the battle that we have had to do almost exclusively alone, without council, against the garbage transfer station coming just to the north of some of our homes, as close as 150 meters from the doorsteps of some of our homes. So these are the reasons why I'm running. That's connected to my background. So possibly, you know, what are my priorities? The first priority I think I'd like to bring, as I already mentioned, is to be a bridge to the factories of this town. Partly connected to some of the consulting work that I've been doing, I've come into some of these buildings, and I'm particularly concerned that some of them may consider moving away from Milton. But more positively, I would love to see a bit of a bridge between potential new businesses, new factories coming to town that could pay a good and living wage so people can live and work here in the awesome town of Milton. My second priority is connected to the revitalization of our downtown, sort of the jewel at the center of our town. It is not a hole, it is a jewel. And I would love to see sort of the payoff of bringing jobs back to town, which I give a practical plan for, would pay off by people being able to live and work and dine even in their noon hour breaks to come to the downtown area. And especially also just to be not exhausted after many hours of commuting. So my final priority, and still connected to the revitalization of the downtown, is to deal with the parking issue. Well, others may suggest we need to build a multi-story parking area, which would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. My suggestion would be to see some of our city employees parking in the fairgrounds, and thereby freeing up space that is already available in the downtown area. How important it is to give space for people to shop and to feel that they could come anytime to the downtown area. Also, as far as revitalization, I would love to see us follow through and make clear crosswalks on the main street, so we would have the priority as a pedestrian and not cars passing through the main street. Finally, my priority would be to continue my experience here in my neighborhood, to be a person who connects directly with neighborhoods and with neighbors. My passion is to bring neighbors together, and I would love to initiate regular open meetings in each of the distinct neighborhoods of our ward, and to just hear the concerns of the people and hear the creative problem-solving solutions that might come from the lips of the people of Ward 2. Thank you so much for your time, and I encourage you to consider myself as a fresh voice on council. Thank you very much.